Good evening, aspirants. Welcome to the Beacon Guide, guiding you to success. We welcome you to the introduction class of Indian history. We will take a quick journey through the entire syllabus, from ancient history to India's independence. This overview will help you to understand the structure, the flow, and the continuity of Indian history before we study each period in detail. What is history? History is study of past events, especially human activities. It helps us to understand how societies evolved and how cultures developed and how politically, socially, economically systems have changed over time. In simple, history is the echo of yesterday's whispers and shaping our tomorrow. Indian history is broadly divided into three: prehistory, proto-history, and history. If history has no records, it is prehistory. If evidences are limited or undeciphered, it is proto-history. If evidences are well documented, then it is history. Indian history is studied under the three major phases: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. Ancient history of India is from prehistoric times to around 700 AD. Medieval India is from 700 AD to 1857 AD. Modern Indian history from post 1857. Ancient India. The activities of Homo erectus in Indian subcontinent can be dated back 20 lakhs years ago, and Homo sapiens, the wise man, arrived much later, around 70,000 BC. This period makes the foundation of Indian civilization. The Paleolithic Age, where early humans lived as hunters and gatherers. Utilizing stone tools can be seen in Bhimbetka. Mesolithic Age, which is a transaction phase with improved tools and early domestication of animals, cattle rearing can be seen in Brahmagiri, Mysore. Neolithic Age, where beginning of agriculture, pottery and settled life can be seen. Example Mehergarh, nowadays. Pakistan. Chalcolithic Age, the age where the use of coppers along with the stone tools are seen. Iron Age, where iron tools improving agriculture and warfare techniques emerged. Indus Valley Civilization. It is one of the earliest urban civilization, known for planned cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, advanced drainage system, trade, and craftsmanship, which are vary in three phases of Indus Valley Civilization. Vedic Age was divided into two. First one, the early Vedic period, where the advent of Aryans, pastoral society, composition of early Vedas were happened. Secondly, in the later Vedic period, where the agriculture, the Varna system, and the rise of kingdoms were happened. During 6th century BC, the development of religions like Jainism, Buddhism, and Ajvikas happened, and also we can see the emergence of 16 Mahajanapadas, which are large kingdoms. Greek and Persian conquest significantly the arrival of Cyrus and Darius, who are Persians, established presence in Indus region, and Alexander the Great, from Greek, invaded India, established Indo-Greek kingdoms. Magadha dynasty, which is one of the 16 Mahajanapadas. Haryanka, Shushanaga and Nanda dynasties, where important rulers like Bimbisara, Ajatsatru, Kalashoka and Amadya, Mahapadmananda, Dhanananda. Mauryan Empire ruled by Chandragupta, Bindusara, Ashoka, etc. Following its decline, the Shunga and the Kanva dynasties are emerged in eastern India. Satavahanas ruled in the Deccan region. In northwestern India, saw a series of foreign rulers, including the Indo-Greeks, Parthians, Sakas, and finally the Kushanas, who established a significant empire. Sangam Age is a golden era in the ancient South Indian history. It is defined by the literary gatherings of Tamil poets, which produced the renowned Sangam literature. The period was dominated by three ruling dynasties, the Cholas, the Cheras, and the Pandyas, where in the northern India, Gupta Empire, which is seen as a golden age of art and architecture. The Gupta Empire's decline paved the way for the emergence of Rajputs, Senas, Chauhans, Vardhana dynasty, Hunas, Pushyabutis, and Kaudas. Medieval India. It represents a period of dynamic change marked by the rise and fall of powerful empires and dynasties. Tripartite struggle, a contest for dominance over the Gangetic plain among the Parthians, Palas, and Rashtrakutas. The most important Islamic invasions happened which influenced the further establishment of Delhi Sultanates and Mughals. Delhi Sultanates, marked by the arrival of Turks and establishment of Muslim rule in northern India. Successive dynasties including Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty, and the Lodi dynasty. They also emphasize the growth of Indo-Islamic architecture, which can be seen in Qutub Minar. Mughal Empire saw its golden age under the emperors like Akbar, Shah Jahan, Jahangir, Aurangzeb. Known for their contribution to art, culture, and architecture, it marked the flourishing of Mughal culture, which blended Persian, Indian, and Islamic influences, for example, Taj Mahal. Later, the Sur dynasty took control, but their rule did not last long. The regional kingdoms emerged with powerful rulers like Shivaji from Marathas and Krishnadevaraya from Vijayanagara and Bahmani from various regions. In modern India, the Portuguese, followed by Dutch, French, and English, established trading posts and competed to control the spice and textile market. The Battle of Plassey, which happened in 1757 between the British East India Company against the Nawab of Bengal, which secures British dominance in Bengal. Later, in 1764, the Battle of Buxar, which happened between British East India Company against combined armed forces of Nawab of Bengal and Awadh and Mughal Emperor, which solidifies the British control in India. The colonial era marked a pivotal shift in India's history, with the arrival of European powers and the establishment of British dominance. The First War of Independence, which is also known as the Sepoy Mutiny, in 1857, which was a rebellion against British, marking India's struggle for the independence fueled by socio-economic political grievances. Doctrine of Lapse. It was a policy of annexation under which the British annexed a princely state if its ruler did not have a natural male heir. Indigo Revolt. A agitation of indigo farmers against British indigo planters that arose in Bengal. Partition of Bengal, where divide and rule policy implemented by separating Hindus and Muslims, separate provinces of West Bengal and East Bengal, which ultimately sparked massive protest and Swadeshi movement aiming at boycott of British goods. Muslim League was formed by Nawab Khwaja and others. It formed to protect the political rights and interest of Indian Muslims who felt unrepresented by the Hindu majority in Indian Congress. Home Rule Movement, started by Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Anne Besant, to achieve self-government or dominion status for India within British India. Non-cooperation movement, peaceful mass movement led by Mahatma Gandhi for self-rule by boycotting British institutions, goods, titles, and promoting Swadeshi goods and textiles, becoming a turning point before being suspended after the violation of Chauri Chaura incident. Simon Commission. It formed to review Government of India Act 1919, which agitated protest with Go Back Simon slogan. Civil disobedience movement, aimed for Purna Swaraj, that is complete independence for India. Roundtable conferences, held to address the Indian demands and aspirations, to discuss dominion status and to negotiate future governance. Quit India movement, demanded the immediate and complete independence from British rule, famously with do or die slogans as the failure of Cripps mission, to offer real self-government, which became push for end to British dominance. Partition of India, 1947. India achieves independence from British colonial rule. Massive displacement of millions of people as a consequences made a significant impact on the region's demographic and politics. India was divided into two nations, India and Pakistan. Thank you for watching the Beacon Guide.